So the response from the customer, breathalyzer.
Seriously?
That's the only response I got. So I'm waiting to see if he's me or not.
Oh
but
my God! I mean, that would make sense.
Correct.
It would
so the car won't start.
Yeah.
Until you.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, but whoever did that's wrong, dude.
Breathalyzer. That's all he responded with. Now, I mean, come on, dude. But who is certified and from the government
to install that?
That's what I'm saying. That is horrible.
That's horrible, dude.
There's wires, we haven't showed y'all, but there's wires cut everywhere and it's having electrical problems. That would explain it.
That would explain a lot, sir.
Are you kidding me?
You give it back
take it back to whoever did it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
He hasn't. I guess he doesn't want to talk about it.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, he just said breathalyzer. Correct. That's why the other ones are up. It's so it can't start. Right. So they had to find out which wire it was. Oh, there it is. Cut that one.
Crazy.
And the butt connector they used is a legit butt connector with 2 different color wires.
Yeah. That are, dude, like the inside of those strands are green.
I know. Sorry. I blamed it on Old Tech. I'm like, Old Tech had to have done that like 3 years ago. Laser. We have Mr. Contour's beautiful 2019 ZR1 on the dyno today for baseline. It showed up, I think, on Friday. So today's Monday, baselining it. We just do our normal ritual. Car comes in, we give it a once over, front to back, look over the body, obviously for scratches and all the basic stuff. This car is in immaculate shape, only 1,400 miles on it. And I don't think he's owned the car too long. I think he's had it for a brief moment, meaning only a few months, and then he decided to send it to us for our 1,200 horsepower package. So just got done baselining it. As you can see, it is about average. It's an automatic 19 ZR1. So these things are rated at 755 flywheel horsepower. So as y'all can see, we have a good 20% drivetrain loss. We're making 608 rear wheel horsepower, 606 rear wheel torque. And as you can see, these were 3 back-to-back pulls. So when I would talk about heat soak and intake air temps on the street, this is a perfect example. It's not losing a bunch, but it goes from 608, 607 to 600. And I bet you if I made 1 or 2 more pulls, it'd lose a little bit more. But these things don't heat soak nearly as bad as the Z06s with the 1.7 liter blowers on them. So now that baseline is done, we are going to get started on this 1,200 horsepower package. Mr. Contour will go from 600 rear wheel horsepower to over 4 digits to the rear wheels, which will be a fun car to drive. As y'all seen in many videos that we've built for these 19 ZR1s, it is one of our, I'd say, most common packages that we do from month to month here at Late Model Racecraft. It's going to be a car that makes stupid horsepower, stupid torque, but very reliably and can drive it every day. He already has a set of Toyos on it all the way around. Man, this thing's getting our 1,200 horsepower package, built transmission. Obviously, we're going to do crazy stuff with the supercharger porting it. Yeah, so be looking for future content of this thing firing up here soon. So y'all just saw the orange 19 ZR1 from New Jersey being baselined. Till Monday, next car in line, we have a 2021 beautiful blue C8 Corvette. Same inspection, we go from front to back. This one has right at 6,000 miles on it. This one is also getting our LMR 1200 horsepower package, but because it's a C8, we're putting twin turbos on it. So it's gonna be a killer build with a whole bunch of mods. Alright, so we just finished baselining the 2021 C8. The car is obviously 100% bone stock when it came to us. As y'all can see, rear wheel numbers, 435 is about the average, with around 416 rear wheel torque, which is right on the money when you're talking 495, flywheel horsepower cars. So as y'all can see, the drivetrain loss on the DTC doesn't look quite as much as the 8-speed auto we just did. And obviously, getting our 1200 horsepower package, we will be shooting for 4 digits to the rear wheels. And I'm sure y'all have seen some of our past twin turbo C8 builds. This one will be a little bit different in the aspect of we've learned a lot since we've built 3 of these so far. And this is going on our 4th one. There's quite a few new mods that we plan to add to it to test to improve horsepower, reliability, and hopefully go really crazy with the horsepower.
Do we know how much this is trying to get?
So we're building the engine and everything to hold 1,500. Again, it's going to come down to, just like the other ones, our clutch and our drivetrain situation, which we have figured out quite a lot in the past month on transmission, clutch, and so forth. So I am very optimistic about this one making huge power while driving on the street or going down the drag strip.
So what are we looking at now?
All right, 3rd car for the day for what we're calling now Baseline Monday is Peter Milic. I think it's M-I-L-I-C. It's 2018 C7 Z06, getting our 850 horsepower package. So just like the other 2, baseline, at least 3 pulls. I scan each log just to make sure everything looks good. Well, this car did have a cold air on it, and it looks like it was tuned previously. It was detonating pretty bad, so I don't know if it had bad gas in it or if that's just how they tuned it.
Yeah.
But the numbers, 5, and y'all can see these C7s, I always talk about heat soak. 3 back-to-back pulls went from 542, 539, and then 529. Rear wheel horsepower, the torque numbers are good, which they always are with that little blower on them. But again, these things are rated at 650 horsepower, so y'all see again the 20% drivetrain loss, just like y'all did with the 19 ZR1 we did, what, 2 cars ago, I guess? So now, just like the other ones, I just pulled the tune file so I have it. That way when the guys build this package, I can then build the startup file for it, what I call it. That way I can then load it on the rack once they're done building it, and the car starts up and runs, and they can check everything over and keep going on with our procedures.
Baseline, first thing that happens right when they come in.
Yeah, car comes off transport, we give it a once over, obviously check for any scratches or anything like that, wheels and tires, make sure everything's good, check the mileage, we put all that in our system, and then yeah, comes to the dyno for baseline, just to make sure everything is kosher. Mainly what you're seeing is the drivetrain loss, right? So an automatic, I say between 18-20% drivetrain loss. Manuals are around, I say roughly 15% drivetrain loss. So if you take this number, which here, we can do it really quick. Let's just say, let's average 530, let's just say 540. So 540 times 1.2 gives us 648, which is exactly what this car is rated from the factory at 650. So you can see 20% drivetrain loss is right on the money for the 8-speed auto. And then other things we see is obviously the air fuel. We want to make sure it's in spec or what it should be, which you can tell it's been tuned because it's leaner than what it normally is. These cars from the factory are usually a lot richer. Cat over temp comes in and it usually gets really rich down low, causing it to lose horsepower. You can definitely tell someone has tuned it without me even looking at the file. I know for a fact someone's tuned it. And then yeah, as you can see the horsepower and how much timing they have in it, also shows me from the scan that someone's tuned it's not factory stuff. But yeah, those are just the basics of what we do to ensure that when we're done with our package, there's nothing prior to us working on the car that's going to give us any headaches or something in the future when y'all get y'all's vehicles back, or that when we're done building it. We know that it is 100% ready to go. Alright, so also during the what I call baseline procedure, any 2017 and up automatic transmission, the TCMs are locked from the factory. So we have to come in the back here. Once we're done baselining it, the TCM is mounted under here. We have to remove the TCM, we get a number off of it, and then we can actually order the TCM for it, which will show up within hopefully a week. So process this one, and then any 17 and up automatic transmission has to go through that. Again, just one more thing we do when the cars first get here. That way we're not waiting on parts when the car's on the rack. I hope this gives y'all a glimpse of the procedures that we have here in place from the beginning of when we sell a job to when it gets delivered to our facility. And then just to let you guys know, on certain packages and certain builds, obviously time frames are different. So for instance, the red C7 Z06, most of our 1,000 and 850 packages and below, we can do drop off on a Monday, usually ships out the following Monday. On the 19 ZR1, getting our 1,200 horsepower package, that one's gonna take about a 2-week process because we have to pull the supercharger off, send it to get ported from Kong, as well as the aftermarket ECM takes a little bit longer, as well as tuning takes a little bit longer. And thirdly, the cool C8 we're about to build. Obviously, it's not a generic package that we just have all the parts sitting here ready to go. Which we've getting ready to start on tomorrow, is starting disassembling like the cold air intake, the headers or the factory manifolds, start building the turbo kit on it, which we have some of the hot side already done, fabbed up from previous builds. Turbo kit, obviously new engine, fuel system. That is a complete, literally every part being changed on that car but the body. So it's not a simple Monday through Friday or even a 2-week job. That's more of a 4 to 6 week job. Necessarily not all labor, but because of the parts. Those of you that follow our channel, I greatly appreciate it as always. Those of y'all new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and turn on bell notifications for future builds we have coming, including these 3. Leave comments below. Let me know out of these 3 builds, which ones are y'all looking the most forward to seeing built? 850 C7 Z06, 1,200 horsepower 19 ZR1, or the twin turbo C8 Corvette? Comment below. Like always, guys.